Welcome back. It is time for the second group of the day, Group D, which will consist of Sacred, Bakuryu, Cozy, and Rams. 3 Zergs and a Terran hero to slay them all.
Yeah, interesting to see how Rams does. TVZ definitely one of my favorite matchups. Going to be probably an unfortunately high contingent of Zerg v Zerg in this next group, but that's okay. It's going to be interesting stuff either way. We're going to see Bakuryu in action, fan favorite,
Yeah.
finally coming out. The mustache Zerg representing Germany in this group after his countryman was knocked out in the last one. And the rest of these guys should be really interesting to watch as well. Cozy and Sacred, probably kind of I don't know about the underdogs for Cozy, but definitely Sacred.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of really keeping an eye on Rams because, as I said before, I have no idea what kind of Rams is going to turn up today.
Well, if you think about it though, right? So Sacred got knocked out in the tiebreaker, and just due to a bit of luck, he has now got a second chance. He's back in the tournament. And if you think about, past OSL champions, I think that story rings a bell, doesn't it? A certain Protoss player getting knocked out and then making it through some tiebreakers to get back in a tournament after someone went to the military, and he went on and won the whole thing, right? It was Legend of something. It was some season. Was it Legend of Winter? No, it was
Spring.
Spring. I mean,
Could be.
I'm sure it was one of the seasons.
Trying to remember. Anyway.
No. We are, of course, talking about Jangbi's ridiculous OSL run where he won his OSL gold, his first OSL gold, after already being knocked out of the tournament and making it back.
Amazing.
I'm pretty sure because someone had to go to the military.
Yeah, I think so.
So they did wildcard matches for that player's slot.
Yeah.
And Jangbi got it and won. So, Sacred, man,
You
let's
never
do
know.
it.
You
Let's
never
go.
know. Just thinking about those games makes me believe that Sacred can do it, which might make it all the more disappointing when he doesn't do a Jangbi. But I guess we're going to see here.
It will be very interesting. Bakuryu's EVZ is pretty scary though, especially after he knocked out True Touch in last season's round of 24, taking him out in 2 games actually. In the round of 24 group, they played in the first match and in the last one. And True Touch was quite surprised by that. I think everyone was quite surprised because True Touch is an absolute monster, and ZVZ is also no joke. So it's pretty cool. Kind of shows Bakuryu. I mean, Bakuryu is one of the few foreigners who actually bothers to really prepare for his matches. He was even saying he's got to go dig up some replays of Cozy and Sacred playing ZVZ. So we'll have to see what he brings out here today.
Yeah, it's going to be good, but I think Bakuryu has every chance of making it through this group. And as for the rest of them, I think Sacred probably has the least chance, but it's really up for grabs.
Yep, I would have, and we would have said Freeman would have the least chance as well.
Exactly. So, never know.
All right, so are you ready, Elegant?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Alright, here we go into the first game of Group D at the 12 o'clock position as the green Zerg doing the larva trick already. We have LRM Bakuryu. And at the 6 o'clock position as the yellow Zerg, we have IWL Sacred, also known sometimes as Jack MB, I believe.
Oh, yeah, so he is.
Jack,
I always
right?
forget that. Yeah, I think he's Jack.
Alright, sweet.
Yeah, well remembered. I wouldn't always forgetting people's AKAs. I find AKAs so confusing.
Dude, is he also the ID Huge Pecs?
No.
Because there's like a couple of like B- IDs or B level IDs that have the UK flag. It's like Jack MB and Huge Pecs and IWL Sacred. Are they just all the same person?
I don't know who Huge Pecs is.
Well,
I'm not quite sure.
It's really confusing because we of course have Mad Abs already in the tournament.
Huge Pecs and Mad Abs. We should get them together
We should.
in the StarCraft gym. Yeah.
But of course, Mad Abs is not from the UK.
Oh, you know who we should have? We should have Huge Pecs, Mad Abs, and Jim Bag. All in game. That would be great. What a show match that would be.
Shit.
It's gotta happen, right?
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, I spotted that.
People in the chat are saying Huge Pecs is him.
Alright, there you go then. There
God,
you go.
that is so good. That is brilliant.
That's got to happen. We have overpulls going down for each of the 12 pulls going down for 12 pull gas, overpull gas. Something.
There is a spawning pool and a gas under construction for both players.
Yeah, and both the spawning pools were made at the same time after the Overlord.
Yes.
Make of that what you will.
Exactly.
Yeah, we were too busy making up funny StarCraft situations.
I don't think we need to be funny anymore for the game. I think our quota of funny has been reached. Thanks for that, Hulkin.
People have just got tired of it now.
I still can't get over that. Oh man. All right. Anyway, we got Overlords reaching each other's naturals. It looks like Bakuryu's Overlord is just skimming the surface of the hatchery there, and Sacred's Overlord is just skimming the hatchery of Bakuryu's.
Yeah,
Wait,
just about.
what did I say?
All
Yeah.
fair play. Yeah, you got it right.
Okay.
Don't you worry. I've got my ears out for that kind of thing. You're
Nice.
on. We have a whole bunch of lings hatching out from Mr. Sacred. Meanwhile, Bakuryu doing exactly the same thing. Looking like he's 2 lings down. Bakuryu going a little bit light, cheaping out on the Zergling count. Let's see if that comes back to him. His Zergling position usually pretty good, but he's going to head out with some decent confidence, just as Sacred is going to, and Bakuryu might be forced
Oh man.
to make a couple of extra lings.
It's because Bakuryu saw that they were going mirror builds, so I think he deliberately skipped one pair of lings to make drones, and so he's going to try and actually not engage here. He's just made 4 lings to go poke around a bit.
Very interesting.
But he's actually made a little adjustment to the build after the scouting, and I think his Overlord was just a touch faster in seeing the hatchery than Sacred's was, so Sacred, either because of that, or maybe he just didn't make the adjustment even though he saw the hatchery there, he just made 6 lings because that's what you're supposed to do. So Bakuryu, I think, already giving himself a slight lead, and look at this, Sacred keeps making a lot of Zerglings, and Bakuryu falling behind the Zergling count, but that means he's going up in the drone count. You can see he's made another drone, actually, that's going over to the natural.
Yeah, so Bakuryu really, and in Zerg terms, this is pumping your economy. This is big stuff.
Oh, he's gonna not let his Zerglings get trapped.
Oh, almost happening there for Bakuryu. If he'd have let those Zerglings get trapped, that would have been dire indeed. He's going to have to invest that 1 extra drone he had at the natural into a sunken colony, but it looks like that might not be in time. He's going to have to pop out some extra units if he's going to be able to steal these Zerglings, and he's going to have to get a decent position.
Oh no, he forgot to separate the control groups. He hid 2 lings on the left side to try and go counterattack, and I think he forgot to separate them from the control group, so they automatically came back when he A-moved his lings, and then they got spotted, so he just decided to bring them all back anyway, and oh, he's gonna lose 1 drone in the main. He does, excuse me, have 3 lings that are attacking. He's gonna lose the 2nd drone, though. He does lose 2 drones already, but it looks like the front has held, and the sunken is now finished. But that 2 drone, you know, I think pretty sure that was all the advantage he had from skimping on lings, so that's all gone now.
Yeah, I think so. That advantage very, very quickly undone, and that's just the kind of thing that can happen in a heartbeat in Zerg v Zerg. If you look away for just a second, then he can be landed in all kinds of trouble, and his advantage immediately evaporates as if it were never there at all. That sunken colony not looking in too great shape either. A big Zergling attack could easily put pay to that, but interestingly, we don't have gas at the natural for either of these guys at this moment in time. It looks like they're both just having to be really heavily invested in the Zerglings.
Yeah, indeed. By the way, Bakuryu is actually, excuse me, providing some side commentary as well. Apparently, he decided to bring the 2 hidden lings back because he wasn't sure he could survive the ling attack. So he decided to cancel the counterattack and keep himself alive.
That's fairly sensible.
Yeah, seems reasonable. That did seem what it looked like at the second time he brought them back, but I wasn't sure. Meanwhile, it looks like Sacred is now the one hiding 4 Zerglings on the side. Getting ready to maybe do a backstab of his own, but he doesn't have an Overlord at the front though, so he won't know when the lings move out anyway. I guess he's just waiting for when his mutas come out and maybe just have an opportunity much later down the road. You can see he's got plenty of lings back home anyway. And we do have the Spire's about to pop, but 3 drones just popped out right as the Spire finished, so there's no larva at either hatchery to make anything. What the hell?
This is a bit crazy.
What? He's got no supply and no larva exactly as the Spire finishes. That's like exactly what you don't... I mean, look at this. Bakuryu perfectly has 3 mutas made. He actually made 2 drones as well, which is a bit interesting.
Still beefing up that economy. But yeah, this is a little bit of a misstep, I can't help but feel. Both players now getting their natural gas at exactly the same time. These mirrors are really, really close from these two guys. Bakuryu moving out with his first mutas. He ought to be a little bit careful there. There are a few Scourge directly on an interception path. His mutas are not moving. This could be really bad. Bakuryu! Oh, looks like he's going to actually lose. Probably all those mutas. No, this is 2 of them. All the Scourge land. Bakuryu in trouble already. Losing 2 mutalists for free, and that is not good.
Man, are we just gonna see like Freeman and Sacred advance here? Is this?
Is that what's about to happen? I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm a bit worried
not gonna get this Overlord either. So what's the supply? What are the supplies at anyway? We got 41 for Freeman, 42 now against 37. Bakuryu had a 5 supply deficit. That is gigantic in ZVZ.
Yeah, and that's basically that's almost exactly the supply of those 2 mutants he lost. You'd expect a 4 supply deficit from that, and so it's pretty close. And he's probably 1 drone behind as well.
And we have an upgrade advantage for Sacred.
So we do, and Bakuryu goes in for an engagement way too early right there, and is easily repelled by Sacred. Sacred not choosing to follow it up right now, but I feel that he may be approaching his time to do so and get some good aggression in on Bakuryu, as his mute count is superior. He has some Scourge in there as well, and there are some Overlords right for the picking too on the edge of Bakuryu's base that he can really do with taking down.
No, he's going for the drones. Really he's going straight for the drones here. He's going to ignore the Overlords. The mutas of Bakuryu coming from the back, but a lot of these drones are going to fall anyway. It doesn't even matter. Oh, 2 Scourge landing on 1 though, so that's good for Bakuryu, and he's got a lot more Scourge. He's going to chase down these mutas. How good is the muta micro of Sacred? Looks like it might not be enough though. Sacred might just lose everything. He's doing the good old stop and go like he did against Infected, but it's not going to be enough. Bakuryu has the muta advantage. He's going to crush the Air Force of Sacred. Sacred doing a suicide attack to take down something like 4 drones. I do not think that was worth it for his entire air fleet. How the hell is he going to stop the counterattack?
Yeah, I don't think there was any way that could possibly be worth it. He did some decent damage, which and drones, of course, very important in Zerg's, but I don't know if they're so important because he might just lose straight up right here. He's going to lose a couple of Overlords. His Air Force cannot even begin to compete yet with what Bakuryu is feeling. Bakuryu needs to get some more mutas out there right away to reinforce, because it's amazing how quickly. I'm not exactly sure. He's produced some more Scourge, and he's got some more mutas over on the way. I think he just wants to make sure his units are of an overwhelming number before he gets in there. And now Bakuryu going for the engagement. He has some more Scourge coming in. Sacred's going to have to micro really, really hard to deal with this, but he's way on the back foot. He's being pushed all the way back into his natural, and he loses all his mutas for a second time. Big counter attack coming in there from Sacred into Bakuryu's natural. Will Bakuryu be able to position his links? Oh no! All the links running straight through into the main. This could be really bad. Thankfully, Bakuryu manages to catch that at the last second, but he might have to pull his mutalist back in order to deal with the remainder of these Zerglings. No, it looks like he's not going to pull the mutalist back. He's going to stay in the main base of Sacred, and Bakuryu actually runs the risk of losing this right here. He does manage to clean up all the lings in his own main base. He needs to micro very well against this Scourge right here. Miss-microing somewhat. He needs to get these Scourge down very efficiently over in Sacred's main, but his micro is good. Very good from Bakuryu.
Easy peasy. And now his only counterattack is going to be good because Sacred has no sunken. He can't fall back on sunken. So Sacred is pretty much dead in the water now. He's got 15 supply against the 37 of Bakuryu. He's got +1 attack on his air, but that makes absolutely no difference whatsoever. And GG from Sacred.
GG.
Bakuryu takes it down.
Very nice from Bakuryu there. He really had his game on that last little spate of micro against the Scourge, where we've seen plenty of players fall to pieces, even just throughout this TLS run in particular. And it's nice to see Bakuryu really on top of it right there. Very, very smooth micro at the end against the Scourge, just to clean it up in a very, very clinical way. And Bakuryu will move on to the winners match. Sacred will be bumped down to the losers match.
Yep, good old Bakuryu pulling through once again. And you know, it was mirror builds in the beginning. It was mirror builds very long through the whole thing. Bakuryu just made a few adjustments here and there, played it pretty nicely, and got a very deserving win. So well done to Bakuryu, and that means we're going to go to a quick break and then come back for Cozy versus Rams, a ZBT.
Yep, we'll be right back.